My parents are about to choose my meals for 5 days.
You know what I was just thinking about? I was just thinking about the joys of being a parent. There's so many. Besides the attitudes, they're horrible. And it makes me want to cry. How much can a mother cry? But I really do love being a parent. You know, parenting is when two people decide, hey, we should create a creature that looks just like the both of us and then release them into the world. Pop, you know, right out. It's like copy and paste, but with biology. I am a mother to my daughter, Regina. Some people say she looks just like me. I think I see it. Regina, look over here. Look at that. See, we have the same eyes, but hers are protruding from the temple area and mine are in my face. Also, we both have hairy backs, but let's not talk about that because it makes her very insecure. See, she just got defeated. Speaking of parents, this whole video is gonna be about mine. Mary and Jose. I used to think that his name was spelled like hose, but it's not, it's with a J. They're kind of like Mary and Joseph if Joseph was a Cuban and Mary had a thing for Cubans. They created little old me, all of this, and they truly blessed YouTube and all of the planet when they did that. As a thank you, I decided to let them choose what I eat for 5 days. And I'm scared, but I love my parents. I trust them, but I don't trust them with flavor. We have very different palates. They grew up in the 1950s. Oh, they were eating Spam out of a can. Oh, I told them to pick 2 big meals a day, brunch and dinner, and I did not give them any rules. I just said it could be from a restaurant, it could be homemade, it could be from scratch. I'm gonna taste test and hopefully enjoy eating. What was that? That was a multiversal burp. That was not meant for me. I'm gonna taste test everything and give you my honest opinion on all of it. I love my parents truly, but I'm not afraid to drag them. They brought me into this world and guess what? I can drag them through it. That was good. They live in Virginia, so they're not gonna be here with me in person today, but they did film a lot of videos, 1 per day, telling me what my menu is gonna be. So you're gonna see them throughout the whole video. And they also filmed a little intro video just telling some stories. Enjoy watching my origin beings.
Hi everybody, we're back. Timmy's parents, Mary and
Jose.
You guys gave us said the nicest things about us, and it touched our hearts so much. I read most every one of them. He read a few, I read some to him. Because of that, Timmy has asked us, he's invited us to choose what he is to eat for 5 days. And so we're gonna do that. But first of all, a little guy has to make an appearance. One of you guys found a look-alike of Timmy in a store, and we bought one because it's so cute. I thought of 2 stories that could really give you a glimpse of the dynamics of our relationship. He has no idea what I'm gonna say.
I have no idea.
No idea. So the first thing I want to say is, before we ever met, I started to go to his church. But before then, what happened was, this is the story. The story is that I was with some girlfriends way before I met him, and we were having a party, and one of the games we were playing was called the Ungame. The Ungame is a game that's an icebreaker. So what happens is you have to read little cards that make you talk about yourself. So my little card said, what do you want your spouse to be like? I said, okay, first of all, I want us to be able to communicate. Secondly, I want us to be able to make each other laugh.
Which you do.
Thirdly, I want him to be able to take care of all of my red tape.
Which I do.
All of my finances. And then the other thing was, and I said, I want him to be like Ricky Ricardo. For anybody who doesn't know, Ricky Ricardo is in I Love Lucy.
And
he's Cuban.
I am from Cuba in the same way that he was from Cuba. And when I get angry at her, sometimes I'll start saying, Cosa más grande, caballero.
Oh, and it makes me so mad. But anyway, that's the first story that I wanted to share that shows our dynamic. And the second story that I wanted to share was, from the time we got married, we had trouble sleeping together because I am a very neat sleeper. I turn over and the covers stay exactly the same, whereas he's a wild man in the bed. So it would happen that from the time we got married, I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would come over to his side of the bed and I would pull the cover covers off, and I would say, get up, I have to remake the bed.
That's true. True.
Until I was pregnant with my third child, and Sarah, because I've got 4 kids, Lexi, Hannah, Sarah, and then Timmy's the baby. I was pregnant with her, and I was so hot. I was so boiling hot that I could only wear one sheet over me with the skinniest little nightie, and then I had to have the temperature down to below 60.
Oh my God. She still does today.
No, I don't do that.
No, but it's horrible.
But we lived in Florida where we didn't have any gloves, anything. So this nice man, he found himself like a winter hat, and he would put socks on his hands because we didn't have gloves because we lived in Florida. And he would put on as many layers of clothes as he could.
He would put it down into the 50s.
And then he had layer upon layer of blanket on his side of the bed. But the good news is, from that time forth, we started to sleep in the same bed with the same bottom sheet, but with separate toppings. And so our marriage, we've never had to fight in the bed anymore, and I never have had to pull him out of the bed in the middle of the night. So that's the introduction to our marriage. Now we will be seen in the little video telling Timmy what to eat. Okay, love you guys.
In all seriousness, girlies, I love my parents so much. They are the funniest, most supportive people in this world. And I'm so grateful for them every day. And I know I joke about dragging them through the mud, which I'm going to do. But I truly appreciate them, and yeah, enough with the cheese. It smells like blue cheese in here, Timmy. It stinks. Give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying it. It is the easiest way to support little old me and my whole dainty career. Also subscribe. I make food content. And I have a second channel, Timmy Tries to Talk, where I talk about whatever I want to talk about. That link will be below. So anyways, it is day 1, so let's see what my parents want me to eat today.
Okay, this is day 1, and it is the first meal, which is lunch. I've chosen my absolute favorite sandwich, and Timmy, you can guess what it is, I'm sure, because you've seen me eat it every Thanksgiving, and it's the leftover turkey meat. It has to be the white meat, and it has to be thick and no gristle or anything, and then it has to be on the best bread, maybe sourdough toast, and then a ton of mayo, and then on the turkey you put salt and pepper a little bit, and then Louisiana hot sauce on top of that, and then a thick amount of gelled cranberry. And it's absolutely delicious. And then I thought to go with that, maybe chips. My favorite chips. Do you love barbecue, right? Barbecue?
Yeah, I'm not much of a chips person, but
well,
barbecue.
Then I'll choose the chips. Barbecue chips. And then for dessert, I'll choose the dessert. I love chocolate eclairs from Publix. And now, Jose, you can choose dinner.
Oh.
What do you...
Okay,
this is what we wrote down.
I was not even ready for that, but it's okay. When I'm in Miami, which I'm not right now, one is Cuban dinner with black beans and rice, and palomilla steak, which is a steak that you can get in the restaurants back in Miami. Probably in the Orlando area too, you can also get them too.
What about the pork and the ajo and all that stuff? Isn't that what it's called? The garlic sauce?
Well, yeah, but that's another
and
meal.
What about the yuca and stuff like that?
Yeah, but
no?
it's got all these meals. This one is the
okay,
black beans with like palomilla steak.
Okay, you can choose that.
And then the accompaniment with the palomilla steak and the black beans and rice is like a yuca with a kind of a garlic sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got Cuban bread, like with the butter. And then for dessert, you can have, for example, tres leches.
Oh, tres leches, is that what you want, or flan?
But it's got condensed milk, evaporated milk, and the regular milk.
And what about flan? Not that?
And the flan is also, too, you can also get that. So these are my Cuban meals.
Oh, if I were to choose Cuban, which of course he's choosing the Cuban, but I would have gotten the papa rellena, which is picadillo on the inside, which is like ground beef type of thing, Cuban style. And then on top of it is a ball of mashed potatoes, and then they fry it. So good.
It's a lot of stuff.
Or also, what else is there? There's the croquetas. Anyway, it's so good. Okay, there we go. That's the first day.
So I just went to Publix and I bought the ingredients for my mom's evil experiment. It all sounds pretty good, besides the buckets and buckets of mayonnaise and grease and the thick layers of jellied cranberry sauce. Both elements sound very intense, but we're gonna do it exactly how she said. So let's open up this can. Why is this dripping? Why is it dripping? What is this? Is my can opener salivating? Is my mom's recipe gonna be that good? Let's see. Okay, I haven't had jellied cranberry sauce in probably 15 years. Honestly, I don't remember the last time. But as a kid, I never liked it. I always thought it was like Jell-O without the goodness, you know? Without the horse hoof, that's the best part. So let's just put this on a plate, okay? Oh my God. You're supposed to be slippery and slidey. I feel like I'm reenacting my own birth. There was a lot of friction, girl. Almost a rip. Oh, hello, gorgeous. We're just gonna do extra thick slices because that's what she said to do. I think that's thick enough, right? Okay, ooh, this is satisfying. This is like an ASMR, but like without the pretty girl that's like, do you want to hear me tap? Instead, you have a bald-headed 31-year-old man that is ready to go. Now we have to toast our bread. Sadly, Publix did not have sourdough today. I guess they ran out of the sour ingredient. So instead, I got the closest thing to it. I got White Mountain bread. I've never had it, but it's probably made in the Appalachians. I hope I don't find a fingernail in there, you know? Okay, so I'm gonna get the slices in the center because they're the biggest. Ooh, they have holes in them. Oh, I don't want the one with the big hole. I really don't. I think this one's better. That's more like a nostril. Okay. As for the turkey, the gobbler, I could not get a whole Thanksgiving turkey because they're not in season right now. You know, they're currently growing and thriving, not knowing what's coming, which is so sad, but also so delicious. So instead I got this Oscar Mayer carved turkey. It looks a little too pink. It's giving ham. I also got the mayonnaise, Louisiana hot sauce. These chips, okay, so these are the barbecue chips I chose. I chose them because they look very vintage, which is perfect for my parents. They're honey barbecue flavor, so can't wait for that. And I got the eclairs that my mom loves. I've never tried these. Can't wait. Okay, is this done? Not yet. I'll see you in a minute. It is time to assemble the sandwich. The toast finally toasted. Who knew an air fryer would toast slower than a toaster? Technology's going backwards. We're losing. We're losing the robots. They're coming. Anyways, let's first add our mayonnaise. She said buckets and buckets, didn't she?
A ton of mayo,
Dumpster-sized buckets of mayonnaise. So I'm just gonna do it on one side, but we are gonna put a lot. I don't mind mayonnaise on a sandwich. I actually kind of like it, but when it's a little too much, I get kind of the ick, you know? But she loves it, so this is all about them. This looks a little too normal. We're gonna add more. Now it's time for the cranberry. I know she said to add thick slices. I'm thinking I'm gonna take a big thick slice, like she said, but I'm gonna kind of like mash it onto the bread just so everything gets more incorporated. It's like a jam. Oh my God, that's a lot. Okay, yeah, that is a lot. That's enough. And now we're gonna add the turkey slices. Let's do a lot. I really feel like taking a good nap. Nice midday turkey slumber. I think that's good. And then she said to add some salt and pepper onto the turkey. We love that flavor. Okay, pepper, salt. I'm gonna add it onto the mayonnaise because it'll stick better. And now Louisiana hot sauce. I've never had Louisiana hot sauce in my life, but I have seen alligators. Oh wow, this is very drippy, but I like things spicy, so that's a good amount. And our sandwich is complete. Mother, did I make you proud, mother? Oh wow, why is this side not toasted? So the air fryer didn't just fail, it's a trickster. And that is our meal. Look at this, girlies. First, let's try these chips. ASMR. We love. First of all, they taste like 1802, so I think my parents would be very proud. They have a classic barbecue flavor. They're not very honey-ish, but they are a little bit sweet. There's just no honey vibe, you know? No bee burp flavor. But they do have a paprika flavor, so it's like a paprika barbecue. It's like a smokier barbecue. A very nice, crispy, not greasy. 10 out of 10. Amazing star. Okay, now we have the sandwich. I'm scared. Mother, we have such a good relationship. Don't make me resent you. Mama, you did it. You won won the local turkey sandwich contest at the state fair and we get to pick the biggest pig we want. Who am I? What am I? My parents probably know they made me. This is great. It has a few issues, but they're all my fault. My 2 issues were the Appalachian bread and the turkey. The turkey tastes like lunch meat. I can tell that if I used real turkey Thanksgiving leftovers, it would be so much better. It would feel meatier and more like a meal, and it would be like less salty because this lunch meat is so salty, and it would have a less rubbery texture. As for the bread, it just tastes like flour. I think sourdough would have added that little slight sour kick, a better texture, and it would have taken the sandwich to the next level. Even though it only has 1 level, it's not a club sandwich. What I did love was the salt and pepper mayonnaise with the cranberry and the hot sauce. What a combination. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. The cranberry did not disgust me whatsoever. It tastes like a really tart, not too sweet jam. The mayonnaise amount didn't bother me. I think because the bread was hot, a lot of it kind of soaked into the bread and just kind of like melted, so I didn't notice it that much. This hot sauce is so good. I wish it was spicier because I like really spicy hot sauce, but it has a great tangy flavor. It's a very smoky hot sauce too, so I like that. I'm happy with this. I think it would have been like a 9 out of 10 if I had the correct ingredients, but my version, I'm gonna have to give it a 7 out of 10. Still very good. Oh my god. I'm gonna pause on this right now so I can try the eclair. Oh wait guys, I have a story. My parents got to tell their stories, I'm gonna tell mine. Back in the day, I was probably like 19. We were like having Thanksgiving, right? Like we were making the food. My mom was always in charge of the turkey. Did she marinate it in a trash bag? Yes, she did. I think that's innovative. Dinner time was coming up and the turkey was supposed to be almost done. So my mom took it out of the oven to check it and she started poking it. And she was like, what? And we're like, what's wrong? And then she was like, she didn't say that, but like she was like, there's no meat. And we were like, what do you mean there's no meat? And she was like, there's no meat, there's no meat. It's all bone. The whole turkey is bone. We all took a look and we came to the conclusion that she was cooking the turkey upside down. So we turned it over, we made sure it was fully cooked, and then we enjoyed our thankful feast. Let's try this eclair. That's a very thick layer of icing. Let's try it. Look at that. Those are so good. Those are so good. Okay, they basically taste like a cream puff that's been stretched out. That poor cream puff, that sounds painful, but it was worth it. The vanilla custard on the inside is just the quintessential perfect custard. It's barely sweet. It's very milky. It has that slight eggy color, but no eggy flavor. And it just tastes like vanilla beans. Watch out. Oh, that one's gonna stink. And I love the chocolate sauce on top. It's still like wet and it's not too rich. It isn't giving like ganache. It's more so giving like really milky, light chocolate. And I love that. And the bread stuff itself isn't my favorite. It tastes like a cream puff and I don't like the cream puff like outsides. I feel like it tastes kind of like cardboard. So I didn't love that, but the custard and the chocolate sauce on top were both so good that I didn't even care about the USPS pastry. I didn't. So I'm gonna give it a nice strong 7 out of 10. Oh, I feel like lunch was a big success. I really do. We're off to a great start. Dinner's gonna be a Latina moment. Whoa, you see that Latina essence flowing through me? It's actually only flowing through half. This half is like, what? So as you all know, this is the salsa, right? But do you know what the guacamole is? You smash the avocado. Smash it. I'm here with a Cuban feast. This is my destiny. I ordered this Cuban meal from a restaurant called Estefan Kichi Orlando. So I know you're thinking, Timmy, what do you mean Estefan? Like Gloria? Exactly like Gloria. It's her restaurant. Which I did not know about until today when I looked up Cuban restaurants on Uber Eats. It seemed pretty authentic. I scrolled through the menu. I was like, I know that. Home, home, home. It all reminds me of home, you know? Even though I've never been to Cuba. So I think that's so inspiring. Gloria Estefan opening a restaurant. Enrique Iglesias just still being a good singer, you know? All of my Latinas are slaying it. So I got mostly everything that my dad planned for the meal. I could not get yuca because they were out of yuca. How authentic are you, Gloria, huh? You don't have yuca? Are you from Milwaukee? I'm sorry. And I didn't see Cuban bread on the menu, so I skipped both those. Instead, I got one of my mom's choices, which is paparena. Now, all the paparena I've had have all been really big, like the size of a baseball. I've caught them actually. It was a great game and then I ate it. But these ones are like appetizer sized paparena. So my mom explained what they were earlier, but just to refresh your uncultured memory, they are basically ground beef surrounded by mashed potatoes, deep fried. And they came with a sauce. I also got the palomilla steak. It's a little small, gotta be honest. Gloria said, you don't need all that. Ooh, it smells good. Now some people would say, Timmy, that's a big steak. Palomilla steaks are very thin. They're like paper. It's like beef parchment, but I think it's covered in mojo. And we have the onions chopped up here. Looks really good, right? Can't wait. Rice right there. The steak smells a little fishy. It's okay. Maybe it's a palomilla tuna. Bumblebee palomilla. And then we have the black beans right here. Ooh, those smell really good. Oh my goodness. Okay. And then we have the tres leches. Tres leches is basically 3 milks soaked into a cake. And I love it. Ooh. Ooh, it's cinnamon. Shall we dig in? I'm nervous. Let's first try the paparena. But I first want to try it by itself. Memories. Ooh. Regina, I wish you were a real person so you could try this. But you're not. Here, I'll just breathe it on you. She loves it. Those are perfect. Those are, grazie. I love speaking Spanish. Those are perfect. Are they the best paparenas I've ever had? No, they taste just like any other one. But I haven't had them in so long that this really just brought me back to my roots. If I was a tree, my roots would be in the shape of hola. At least half of them, and the other side would say hi. The breading on the outside is a very fine breadcrumb. So it's a really nice, even coating. There's no chunkiness, super crispy, no oily flavor, not greasy at all. The mashed potato within is very simple, but that's traditional. It's supposed to just taste like a plain old potato. And the ground beef is picadillo. Oh my gosh, Regina's shaking because it's stormy outside. Oh baby, I'm sorry. You gotta grow up one day. Just kidding. No, she's so wonderful. Come here, sit on my lap. Oh, she's happy to be here, isn't she? Picadillo is like ground meat with a tomato-y type of sauce. It can also sometimes taste like wine a bit, like cooking wine with a lot of different seasonings. And this is a good picadillo. I'm very happy with this. Basic, but delicious. I'm gonna give it a very strong 8 out of 10. Next up, we got the beans and rice. Oh my God. I could live on beans. I could be vegan if I wanted to because I love beans that much. But my job is to chew and send food through my esophagus. And I cannot limit myself to just beans, you know? I hope it's good. Almost good, almost good. Need some of this. Oh yeah. That's better. De nada, de nada. They're not bad beans, okay? They're cooked well. The rice is fluffy. They're just lacking seasoning, Gloria. My father, a real authentic Cuban, would be quite disappointed tasting this. And he's also the president of Toaster Strudel. In case if my parents didn't understand that, it's a Mean Girls reference. They're just kind of lacking everything. They do have a strong bay leaf flavor, but that's really all there is. I feel like Gloria planted a lot of bay leaves in her garden and had to use them all up. So she was like, we don't need any other seasoning. Let's just use the bay leaves, you know? Put the whole bush in there. Whoa. We're not going further into that. Thankfully, that sounds like I'd get tangled. So I'm gonna have to give the beans and rice a 4.5. That's very sad. Okay, well, now we have the palomilla steak. I'm just gonna put some lime on it, okay? I think it already has mojo on it. And I did drag my mom for calling mojo ajo, but it turns out, I Googled it, ajo means garlic. So she was right, like pretty much. Mother, I'm sorry. And I did not bring any other silverware into here, so I'm gonna eat this like a big potato chip. Let's just go fully in. We might as well, right? I know you can't believe I'm eating a steak with my hands. I don't care. I don't care what people think anymore. Don't you get it? The world is a mess. That's where all the seasoning went. It's in one corner. So the steak kind of has the same issue as the rice. It's cooked pretty well, marinated, grass-fed for sure, but it's lacking that oomph of flavor besides one corner. One corner really did taste really nice, but the rest of it was pretty plain beef with hints of onions, you know? I've had better, but I see where they were going with it. They just forgot the seasoning. So I'm gonna have to give it a 3. This just proves there's nothing like homemade Cuban food, okay? A lot of the restaurant Cuban food just doesn't compare. Maybe places in Miami might, but here in Orlando, I think this is the most authentic you're gonna get. Last but not least, we have the Tres Leches. That's a gorgeous presentation, I have to say. Gloria, you truly are an entertainer, because I'm looking at this and I'm having a great time. Oh my God. That is a dream. That is a dream. That's some of the best tres leches I've ever had. And I've had at least 300 that taste homemade. It tastes like someone literally made it in their kitchen. There's this nutmeg cinnamon flavor that really warms it up, like not physically, but like the flavor profile is warmer, and the whipped cream tastes more like meringue for some reason. It's like somehow even lighter and fluffier, and the milks are perfectly sweet. 10 out of 10. So at least we ended on a good note. The actual entree itself wasn't great, but the appetizer and the dessert slayed, and I'm grateful. So I will see you guys tomorrow for day 2. Let's see what my parents have in store for me.
Okay, day 2, I'm gonna let Jose choose the lunch because I'm gonna choose the dinner, and I've already got something so exciting for dinner. My very favorite, but okay, I was gonna choose something else from Taco Bell, but I'm gonna let Jose choose because I'm choosing dinner. Okay.
Well, and Taco Bell, I'll be very frank with you, is not my favorite place to eat. Okay, I go because she wants to. But the gorditas, I think it's called the gorditas. To me, in my humble opinion, that's about the best thing that they have.
Okay, well, he gave his humble opinion, so I'll give my opinion too, because he only gave something little. He likes that, but I love the Nacho Bel Grande, and I love crunchy tacos, and with extra cheese and beef. Maybe we could compromise, and we could do the Nachos Bel Grande, and then one of his gorditos, or
Gorditas.
Gordita.
Feminine.
Yes, ma'am.
And then for me, one of the crunchy tacos with extra cheese and beef. Then dinner. Dinner I get to pick because I love it so much. It's my absolute favorite dish. I might even want it if it was my last meal. It is spaghetti, but it's the leftover spaghetti. The leftover spaghetti because it has to marinate in its own juices in the refrigerator overnight. And then, so you take the, I'm salivating, it's so good. You take the spaghetti, the leftover spaghetti, a big bowl. The spaghetti is made with, let's say, ground beef seasoned, you know, whatever you want to season it with to your liking of salt and pepper, and then Prego. I like the Prego. You can use the original. I might have the mushrooms, so I know you hate mushrooms, so I won't put you through that torture. But the next day afterwards, you take the spaghetti and then you add onto it a big glob of butter and a big glob of margarine because they each bring their own wonderful taste. And then after you cook it, you put a ton of the cheap kind of Parmesan cheese, not the fancy ones, you know, from the deli, but the one that you shake, on the Parmesan cheese, not Romano. I hate Romano. So it has to be the Parmesan with that wonderful dish. You can have garlic bread, and then you could have Ben & Jerry's. I let him pick the ice cream. I wouldn't have chosen this one, but I let him pick. He said salted caramel ice cream.
Salted caramel ice cream is one of my favorite ice creams. So, and from Ben & Jerry's, of course, that's the ultimate right there.
Okay, so I let him pick. Okay, that's day 2.
Good morning. I'm about to have Taco Bell at 10:30 a.m. and then for dinner I'm having a bowl of butter. It sounds like it's gonna be such a good day. I love my parents' choices, especially here at Taco Bell. Now, Papa, they do not sell just plain gorditas anymore. That's a thing of the 90s. I remember that too, don't worry. It was a beautiful time, but those times are over. Now they only have a cheesy gordita crunch. That's it. So they pair the gordita with a hard taco shell and cheese between them. So that's what we're getting. The name gordita, I'm sorry, oh God. It just brings up a lot, you know, growing up in a Latin family, some relatives have called me gordo or gorda, you know, if they call me ma'am. That's a very normal thing to do in Latin families. And my parents never did that, by the way. But, you know, I guess you are what you eat, and I'm about to eat a big gordita. Let's go through the drive-thru. Am I a little bit nervous? Yes. Girlies, I swear, it's like my stutter resets every week. So even if I slayed the drive-thru last week, this week is like a whole new start. It's hard to explain. It's a mental thing, okay? No. Yes, can I get a nacho bel grande? Yes, and a cheesy gordita crunch. And then one soft taco with extra beef and extra cheese. Regular. And it's a crunchy one. I'm sorry about that. It's a crunchy one. And that's all. Thank you so much. I think I slayed it even harder than last week. I am the professional communicator in the world. Hello, how are you? I feel on top of the world. I feel like my stutter is in the earth's crust and I'm standing on it. Life is beautiful, you know? Thank you so much. Have a great day. That was faster than fast food. That was like the fastest food. I did my techniques. I spoke slowly. I dragged out my words. Sometimes my brain just wants me to be happy, and today's that day. I'm so excited. I have not had a full Nachos Bel Grande in years. If you've never had a Nachos Bel Grande, it's like Ariana Grande if her middle name was Belle and her first name was Nacho. But she's Italian, so her first name would be like prosciutto instead. Prosciutto Bel Grande. What am I saying? It's the morning, I'm hungry. Let's first try my mom's crunchy taco with extra beef and extra cheese. Okay, wow. Is that extra? I do feel like it's extra cheese. I don't know about the meat. Interesting. Let's see. I love Taco Bell so much. I could cry. And I do love spicy food. I only get the mild sauce because it has the best flavor, and that's the tea. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere, everywhere, all at once. It's on my elbow. How'd that happen? We'll clean it after. I'm too hungry. Yeah, there's extra beef for sure. Well, that's fantastic. My mother. See, this is why I popped out of her specifically. Her love for Taco Bell meat is at the same level as mine. And the extra Taco Bell meat, oh my goodness. It just adds so much more sauciness, so much more drip edge, and that classic Taco Bell meat flavor. Listen, as a kid, I used to think that Taco Bell meat tasted just like taco meat cooked at home. It doesn't. It doesn't. It's its own food group, okay? It's its own animal. Okay, this is the Taco Bell cow. There's a tanginess and a saltiness that is indescribable. To be honest, you can't even really figure out the flavors. It is what it is. It tasted amazing, double, and the extra cheese made it saltier and richer, and I love it so much. 10 out of 10, mother! Next up, we have the cheesy gordita crunch. So if you guys haven't had this, like I said, it's a shell with cheese and the gordita on the outside. The gordita is kind of like a big flatbread sort of, right? But the extra special thing about the cheesy gordita crunch is the sauce they put on the inside. I think it might be the zesty ranch, possibly. I'm not sure, but it's one of the Taco Bell sauces and it's creamy and delicious. Let's go in. What's going on? What was that? Father, they've betrayed our family name. They changed the gordita. Well, okay, I don't have proof of that. I only have my own memory. But this I do know. The gordita wrap thing used to taste different. It used to have a more bubbly texture. Now it's very flat. You see that? And it used to taste so fresh and doughy. Now it has a store-bought pita flavor to it, and that's vile. I would rather just have the crunchy taco by itself without the gordita. This is completely wrong. I have to give that 4 out of 10, but it's not my padre's fault. If it tasted like the old gordita, I would have been slayed. Okay, I would have been slayed. So I'm still cleaning my car, by the way. Don't mind me. Oh my God, it's gonna get smudgy. Stop it. By the way, I just want to thank you guys quickly. When my parents made a cameo in my Princess Cruise video, the response was crazy. I've only seen something like that when the Beatles arrived on the scene back in 1960. You guys loved my parents so much that I was like, they have to reappear. They have to make another cameo like they're an Avenger returning. You know what I mean? And so that's how this video came about. Was I a little upset that I wasn't the star of that video? Of course not. Of course not. Am I always used to the focus being on me? Of course, but as a humble, bald-headed egg, I owe my parents so much. I owe them for feeding me, housing me for a long time, so I can give them a little bit of my attention. Just a little bit. But next video, make sure to give me a compliment. Give me one for once. Last but not least, we have the Nacho Bel Grande. This is just a simple Nacho Bel Grande. They did give me the butt of the tomato, which I find really demeaning. I don't know why they would do that, but I forgive them. We're just gonna take that off. Oh, I've barely used my sauces. What's wrong with me? Oh, yes. Let's go in. There's not a lot to say. I've had this 1,000 times in the past. It's just as good as ever. The chips are very crunchy. The nacho cheese is ooey gooey. The seasoned beef tastes just like the seasoned beef in the taco because that's what it is. The beans are a little extra runny today. I enjoyed that. Sour cream tomatoes taste fresh. Simple, but delicious. Iconic. 10 out of 10. My parents did a great job choosing a Taco Bell. I'm very satisfied and I'm excited for my spaghetti butter feast. Now, my mom said to eat it as leftovers, so I'm gonna make it right now when I get home so that by dinner time, it'll be nice and cold and I can reheat it. I can't wait to chew on the glob of margarine and the glob of butter. I didn't know it was possible to eat both at the same time. I thought that would break the multiverse.
So I went to Publix, got the spaghetti stuff, and here's me cooking it. I put tons of salt and pepper on my beef. I also put some onion powder and some garlic powder because my mama said I could season it any way I want to. And I listened to Mommy Mom. And some oregano as well, and some red chili flakes too. And then I mashed it all up, cooked it. It got nice and gray like Beth from Little Women, and it had tons of grease, also like Beth from Little Women, on her sweaty forehead. So I drained that and I continued cooking. I added my pre-made can of bread and it looked really good. It all came together quite nicely. I added my cooked pasta and then I put it into a container.
This is how I would move if I was a spaghetti. I'd say, hey, which path in life should I take, marinara or Alfredo? I like taking risks. I think I'll choose pesto. Girlies, it's hours later. Now, we are having an early dinner because mama's hungry. Not my mama, I'm mama. You know what I mean? It is only 3:30, but dinner will be done around 4 because this bread is gonna take a while. I got the Publix garlic Italian style bread. I've never had this. I'm sure it'll taste like garlic bread, obviously, and I'm sure I will devour it. Oh, that is strong. If I was a vampire, I would be on the floor right now saying, Edward. Oh yeah, okay. Get back. We're just gonna set this here until the oven is preheated, and this is our spaghetti. It's been in the fridge for about 4 hours, so I think it counts as leftovers now. I really do. I haven't even tried it. I'm so excited. Ooh, look how good that looks. It has so much meat and it smells amazing. I'm so grateful to my mother. She almost had me choose a mushroom pasta sauce, but she had mercy on me. She knew it would be too much to handle. She said, I want you to focus on chewing all that butter and margarine as well. So we just got traditional, added my seasonings, my spices, because I'm Latina, and I think it turned out great. I'm just gonna prepare my bowl of spaghetti so that I can heat it up right when the garlic bread is about to be done. And I am gonna share it. Okay, I know it looks like one portion, but it's not, it's actually 2. Alejandro's having some. Because my mom decided to be gracious today, I decided to be generous, you know, paying it forward. So sharing is hard for me, but once in a while, I find that inner kindness. Oh, yes, gorgeous. That's enough for my first plate, I think. We have our margarine, Country Crock, and we have our butter, Publix, where shopping is a pleasure and where prices are higher than ever. Oh my God, what a great slogan. Let's just get a chunk of butter right here. How much do I add? How much would she add? A tablespoon? Is that enough, Mother? And if it's not, Mother, please don't be mad. I said no wire hangers. and put more butter on your spaghetti. That's a little more than a tablespoon. Yeah, that's enough for sure. This is all gonna melt, by the way. And then we have our country crock margarine. I have not had margarine in years, but I have had like vegetable oil, so I'm not like against it, you know? I'm just like, I haven't chosen it at the store. But like, what is it? It's vegetable oil, right? Just like kind of like curdled, thickened. I'm gonna add, oh, it's very soft. That's different. That much? Oh, it's a lot. Oh my gosh, mother. Okay, so it's ready to go into the microwave when my bread is done. All that's gonna melt, and then I'll add tons of Parmesan cheese. I got the cheap kind that you like. I love this kind too. I do prefer it also over the bougie stuff. It has more flavor, I'm sorry. And it's also fun because it's dusty. I can like look at someone and go, and then dessert, I did find the salted caramel Ben & Jerry's. I've never had this, so hyped. Okay, I will see you when dinner is done. Girlies, look at her. Look at her. I only have 2 words to say to this pasta. Ciao, Bella. Hello, beautiful. Hello, gorgeous. I love you. You know, people say that she looks like a massive insect. I don't see it. I think she's so pretty. I'm so hungry. Let's first try this gorgeous garlic bread, which I toasted to perfection. Homemade. Oh! I'm so proud of Publix because a lot of times store brand items don't taste as good as the main brand items. You know, like Kraft mac and cheese. Have you ever had store brand mac and cheese? It's missing that neon fluorescent glow that Kraft mac and cheese has, and I always miss that. But this garlic bread tastes just as good as any other frozen garlic bread. In fact, it might taste a little bit better. It's perfect. The butteriness is kind of soaked through the top layer, but it's not all the way through. So it's not soggy in the middle, it's fluffy in the middle. You see that? It's crispy on the edges, and it has a super strong garlic butter flavor. Classic, but really high end, really high quality. Perfection, 10 out of 10, no complaints. Now we have the churned Butterfest pasta. So many Amish people really wore out their arms making this one plate. And to that I say thank you, and I'm sorry that my ankles are showing right now, but I accept your lifestyle, accept mine. You can wear a bonnet, I can show my Achilles heel. I did put just a little bit of Parmesan cheese, like just a little sprinkle, a little dust, you know, because I don't like that much. I'm gonna go for the center because that's where most of the butter is. I did mix it a little bit, but not too much. So let's see how it tastes. Cut the cameras. I don't want you to see this. Mother, father, I want to make you a deal. If you guys become Amish, I'll go with you. I'll grow a big beard and shave the mustache. I'll look like a crazy hairy egg, but I don't even care because we'll have unlimited butter. That's all I want now. That's all I care about. I'm gonna rename Regina Butter. Butterball turkey. This is the best leftover spaghetti I've had in my life. My mom was so right with this recipe. I think that the butter and margarine together worked. Now, could I taste the difference between the melted butter and margarine within the pasta? No, I'm not a psychopath. No one has those kinds of senses. I think the 2 different fats added an extra saltiness to the pasta and an extra richness that really made it more exciting and just more delectable. And then the light dusting of Parmesan cheese really added some more saltiness, a little bit of sharpness. With the seasoned meat and the Prego, it all worked so well. I'm so impressed, mama. I have to give it a 10 out of 10. A full slay. Wow, see, this is why I was born, to taste this. I'm gonna pause that and we're gonna have dessert. Girlies, which one of my parents do I look like? I got so many comments on my princess video from different people saying I look like my mom. Some said I look like my dad. Some said I look like both. I think I look like both. I have my mom's face structure, but I have my dad's eyebrows. I have his hairline. For sure. But I have to say, I think most of the comments were saying I look like my mom, and it makes sense because I was her egg hatched. Anyways, let's try this ice cream. I've never had Ben & Jerry's salted caramel. It has sweet cream ice cream with blonde brownies. Ooh, and a salted caramel core. You see that? It's like the earth, but from a cow's tail. Look at the core. It's right here. That's all caramel. Oh my goodness. This is bad. This is decadent. experience. The caramel blob. Look at that. That is some of the most delicious, opulent frozen ice cream I've ever had. That is so rich, but in a good way. It's also light. Let me explain. The ice cream itself is very simple. It's barely sweet. It's just very milky and dairy filled. And I like that it's barely sweet because those blondie pieces are like gooey. They're literally like gooey, brown, sugary deliciousness. And then the caramel core is legit salty, but it's also very rich and sweet. And it all comes together and creates the perfect experience. That might be the best experience of my life so far. I think this is my peak. I'm gonna give it an 100 out of 10. This was the best meal yet. It really was. So we have 3 days left. Let's see what else my parents have in store for me.
Okay, day 3. For lunch, we want you to go to Qdoba. I think it's how you pronounce it. It's Kdoba. I'm gonna let Jose mostly decide because I'm choosing dinner. I'm so excited for dinner. It's one of my favorites. So Qdoba, I usually get a quesadilla with ground beef and pickled onions. I keep mine simple and I usually have a kiddies meal, but you can get a bigger one if you want. And Jose, what do you want on it? Because he's going to have a side of rice and beans. So we don't want to have rice and beans on it.
So the avocado, the sour cream.
You like pickled onions, right?
The pickled onions, if they have that.
I don't like the brisket or the pork because they put big globs of fat in it. The blubber, ooh. And so I don't like that. But if they've got ground beef, choose the ground beef.
And then you put some sour cream and corn, tomato
and
pieces.
Of course, I'll have cheese and tomato pieces.
And tomato pieces and like cheese, that kind of stuff.
Okay, and then of course the pickled onions you gotta put. And so that's lunch. But for dinner, my mother used to make, now I've never been able to recreate this, so I hope you can do it because there's menus out there that you can Google, okay? I hope you can recreate it, Timmy, because one of my very favorite foods that my mom would make are called porcupine meatballs. Porcupine meatballs. And they're not, they are not made of porcupine meat, but they have rice in it. So when they cook, the rice sticks out like porcupines, and that's why they're called porcupine meatballs. But they are oh my goodness, they are the best meatballs you'll ever want to try. And I want to know your opinion on it. And then I thought, since you're eating so much starch and stuff for lunch, and also because the rice is within the meatballs themselves, so you don't need a starch. So you could have broccoli, and then what do you want for dessert? Cheesecake?
Yeah, cheesecake is that's always like a standard for me.
Okay, so that is day 3.
Look what's here, girlies. Qdoba. My mom calls it Qdoba. I think it's with a qu. So what do you think of my new shirt? I know my parents were so confused. They're like, what's cat's eye? Is that like bird's eye vegetables? No, it's different. It's a singing group, mother and father. Okay, I'm out of breath. I have my Qdoba here. Their slogan apparently is unpack the flavor. So unique, never heard it before. I got everything my parents told me to get besides corn because my quesadilla only came with 3 toppings. So I got everything else besides the corn. If I had to leave something out, it's the undigestible ingredient. We have the side of beans, the side of rice. I've only had Qdoba a few times in my life. I just haven't had the chance to try it a lot, but I think I've liked it in the past and my parents seem to love it and they love me, so they have such good taste. And the quesadilla, oh wow. I've never had a quesadilla there. This is big. It's very heavy.
Oh my.
There's like 4 huge pieces like this. Chipotle's quesadillas are the size of my mouth. And you might think, Tim, you have a big mouth. Yeah, but that's small for a quesadilla. You know? I'm so hyped. Let's first try the rice and beans. Gone. Wait.
Now it's gone.
Listen, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Now, are the beans extremely plain? Yes. Do they taste like salty bean water? Yes. Am I gonna judge them as harshly as I did Gloria Estefan? No, I'm not, because this is like fast food, basically, fast food beans. Whereas she's a global superstar icon singer, so she should know better. They were salty enough, simple, but they went well with the rice, and the rice was actually very good. It is giving kind of Chipotle's rice, but it's more limey and less cilantro-y. So if you don't like Dawn soap, I think you'll like this. Also, if you're a duck covered in oil, I'm sure you love Dawn soap, and I'm happy for you. Very simple, but enjoyable. I'm gonna give that a nice 7 out of 10 overall. Oh yes, now we have the quesadilla, but first, I know you're looking at me thinking, Timmy, are you okay? Did one of your eyebrows fall down to your top lip? No, I still have both. I just grew a third one. I left my mustache longer than my beard. I did. And I think it's a look. What do you guys think? Be honest, but be nice. Like, be nice, honest. Say, it looks good in a unique way. See, that's the kind of critiques I like. I'm insecure about it. I might shave it off, who knows? This is not here to stay unless if the girls are slayed, okay? I'm here to entertain. I'm here to look good for you. But I do think I look kind of handsome. I look kind of like an 80s cop or something. Let's try this beef quesadilla. Hopefully there's no beefy blubber. There probably won't because ground beef rarely ever has blubber, but you never know. You know, I got my disgust of blubber from my mother, and that sounds like a Dr. Seuss book title. I know she talked about it today, but you guys don't know my whole life. She was like, cartilage, blubber. I can't. And there was this story that she used to always almost tell me, and I never found out the ending to it. She never wanted to eat at Boston Market, and I was always like, why don't you want to eat at Boston Market? And she always said, one time I had the meatloaf, and I found something in it. And then she would always stop telling me there because she would get too disgusted. She would say, no, I don't want to talk about it. So I'm still wondering what that was. Mother, leave it in the comments so that we all know what it was. Let's try this. We have so much of it. I'm so hyped. And I got the guacamole because my dad said to get avocado, and that was the only avocado they had. Let's see. Mmm. Mmm. There's so much food. There's still all that left. I'm shook. I just have to praise the portion size once again. Compared to Chipotle, this is insane. This is delicious. The ground beef, it reminds me of taco meat made at home, which I also enjoy even though it's not as good as Taco Bell. Seasoned gloop, it's still delicious and it has more of a fresh flavor to it. The pico de gallo tasted very fresh, very crunchy. The pickled onion added a very nice big crunch and sweetness, and it balanced out everything perfectly. And I did put some sort of a seasoned crema in there because my dad said sour cream, but I was like, seasoned crema is just sour cream with seasoning, you know, and that's always better. So I chose that, and the guac tasted fresh, perfect dip, fantastic. My parents ate this order up. They have really good taste. No wonder why I'm such a world-renowned food critic. It's crazy. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10. We're gonna have dinner later. It's a big cooking moment, porcupine meatballs. I'm gonna go for a little hunt, and then I'll come back with the fresh meat. I'm just kidding. We're using beef from Publix. Oh, whoa, where'd I come from? Narnia, for sure. Still got some of Aslan's fur on me. I can still smell Aslan's breath. It's time to cook our porcupine meatballs. I did find the porcupine in Narnia. Yes, it can talk. I don't care. I'm still eating it. And we're making our broccoli, and I have the cheesecake in the fridge, so let's go in. This recipe has a lot of ingredients. We got salt, pepper, garlic powder. Let me translate that. Worst sauce ever. I'm just kidding, I like it. Red pepper flakes, egg, onions. Yes, I did already chop them before filming. I'm a professional, and now it smells like I just scratched someone's pit. Tomato soup, V8 juice, long grain enriched rice. Make sure it's the enriched kind. It really changes the flavor. Light brown sugar, diced tomatoes, milk, and beef. I'm realizing my parents had me eat a lot of beef this week so far. A lot. What do they have against cows? It's crazy, I have to ask them. So it sounds like a lot of ingredients, it is, but it's gonna be quite simple, okay? We have the onions. We're gonna add in our rice. Half a cup. This is gonna represent the porcupine's scruff. Would you call it porcupine scruff? I think so. We're gonna add that right in, okay. And I think I have made porcupine meatballs in the past, like years and years ago. I think I like them, so I'm excited. And then we're gonna add some garlic powder. The recipe doesn't call for it in the meat, but I'm adding it. It's gonna need it for sure. And we might as well put some red pepper flakes within the meat as well. And then some black pepper, 1 teaspoon of salt. Ooh, I think that's a teaspoon. I don't know if it is. Go ask a whale. They know all about salt. They drink it 24/7 through their hairy teeth. Why are their teeth hair? Can we braid them? And then we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of milk. Always sniff your milk. I know that could sound kind of gross, but I think that's enough. I think that was like 10 tablespoons. It's okay. I know it sounds kind of gross and you might see the little milk crusties and get them on your nostril, but it's grosser if you accidentally eat rotten milk. You don't want that. You don't want to be chewing on your milk. That's my pro tip for the day. And then we're gonna add 1 egg. That one was gonna be the queen of the chicken coop, but look at her now. Her destiny was not what she thought. And I'm just gonna give this a good mix because I kind of want this to be incorporated before we put the meat in there. It'll just make it all much easier. So that's what it's looking like. Disgusting! But it's gonna turn out good probably, it's fine. And you know what? It doesn't call for it either, but I'm gonna put Worcestershire sauce into the meat itself. I love that flavor. Regina, why are you doing that? She was just hugging her brother while using a certain motion right in front of my salad. And she's doing it again. That's disgusting. Regina. Okay, she stopped. Okay, that looks actually really vile. So let's add the meat. Ugh. Regina's still going. How? You don't even have the part for that. It's like you're trying to build an IKEA shelf with no screws. I'm just gonna go in there with my elbow grease. Mine's full of Pam. And I'm just gonna incorporate this completely. Smells like garlic breath. I think that's good. So now I'm just gonna pinch off some meatballs and I'm not gonna like roll them all nicely. I'm just gonna kind of make them rustic because they're supposed to look like a porcupine. Are porcupines pretty? I don't wanna be rude, but no, they're not. Look at my meatballs, girlies. I got 14 big meatballs out of that. The recipe said to make 20 meatballs, but I wanted bigger meatballs. I wanna be able to juggle my food before I eat it. So now it's time to make the sauce. This is just gonna be poured on top real easy. We have the condensed tomato soup. We're just gonna pour that in. Oh! And then our can of diced tomatoes. So if you are prone to, a little bit of heartburn, get the Pepsid AC ready. Not sponsored by Pepsid AC. And then we're gonna add some V8 juice. It smells kind of good. I used to drink this back in the day when I thought it was the healthiest thing I could have. In my early 20s, I was drinking this and eating lean cuisines. And then I would eat another meal afterwards because the lean cuisine never filled me up. Then we're gonna add some garlic powder. Now it calls for Italian seasonings. I only have oregano right now. I forgot to buy the Italian seasoning, so we're just gonna add some oregano. And some red pepper flakes as well. And then some Worcestershire. And then 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, probably just to cut through all that acidity, And let's just mix that up. So now let's just pour that on top of the meatballs. Okay, oh, clumpy. And now I'm just gonna seal them with some aluminum foil, put them into the oven for a full hour. But don't worry about me, I'll just be listening to the sounds of my stomach. It's very soothing. And then we'll feast. Oh wait, the broccoli.
So I just took my fresh broccoli and I put it onto some parchment paper with some oil, and then I added some salt, some pepper, and some garlic powder, kept it pretty simple, and then I massaged it. And here's the final meal. Oh, look, the cheesecake is there too. Oh, yay.
Okay, so I'm in a predicament. I could not taste this to see if it was good or if the rice was done because that would ruin my taste test. So I have no clue if it's fully done, just in case I did leave it in for an extra 15 minutes, even though I'm so hungry. So I'm hoping it's good, I'm hoping it's done, but let's first try the broccoli, okay? I love being able to make my favorite dish health and wellness. Look at that. Look at that gorgeous crust. Not to brag, but I'm impressed with myself. I don't roast vegetables often. I grew up making hamburger helper. I've always been very good at that. Some people say I am the helper that helped the hamburger. So the fact that I have this skill now, even though I didn't grow up with it, of roasting vegetables and making them taste amazing, is crazy. These are crispy on the outside, still kind of fresh and crunchy on the inside, but not hard or anything, And the olive oil with the seasonings kind of created this like coating crust that is so flavorful, salty, savory, delicious, truly simple, but fantastic. 10 out of 10, I ate that. Okay, now it's time for the porcupine meatballs. Mother, I hope I make you proud. I know she always says that she's proud of my videos, but this is the real test. Oh, the rice. How does that look to you? Does the rice look tender? Visuals can be deceiving. We don't know. This could be the softest rice I've ever bitten into. Oh! One more bite. A different meatball, let's see. Maybe they cooked unevenly. No. They've got a nice crunch. Have you ever had a Rice Krispie treat? It's kind of like that, but less good and more horrible. The rice is very undercooked, even though they were in the oven for an hour and 15 minutes. How much longer would it have taken? I might put the rest back in and just leave them in there until they burst or something, you know? But the rice brittle is not the issue. Well, it's not the only issue. These have no flavor. Mother, I'm so sorry. I feel like Beth from Little Women when I got the fever and I wasn't able to help with the chores anymore, you know? Marmee was so upset. They just taste like beef and crunchy rice and a hint of onion, but really nothing else. I swear, the last time I made porcupine meatballs, it was a different recipe. It was so good. This recipe is dark-sided and evil. Also, the sauce is so thin that it doesn't stick to the meatball. It's just beef and grain, so I feel like a pig eating the leftovers. I'm gonna have to give those, oh God. I'm gonna try to cook them more, maybe add some more seasonings, and then put them in the fridge as leftovers, and I'll have some more spaghetti tonight, because that's in the fridge right now, and that was delicious. I'll add extra clumps of margarine to make myself happy. But we do have a cheesecake. Hello, my love. This is for sure gonna be good. I don't think I've ever had the New York style cheesecake from Publix. Let's see, it's very soft. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, he was just being cast out. Oh! What just happened? Is that the best cheesecake ever? No, are you mad? I am your daughter. Of course it's not. But for a Publix little store-bought cheesecake, I think it's pretty good. It's more creamy and loose than your typical cheesecake. It's giving Koreatown, you know, like it's just very soft. Look at that, see? But the flavor's all there. We got that cream cheese goodness, perfectly sweet. And the crust does taste like a classic glam cracker. Is the graham cracker gonna show you his makeup routine? I love that. It's 2026. Everyone should be able to do makeup, you know? It's your typical graham cracker crust with a hint of nuttiness and maybe a hint of almond flour in there. It's very kind of dense, you know? I liked it a lot. I'm gonna give a nice 7 out of 10. Very good, especially after those meatballs. So I'm gonna go have some spaghetti. Today was the first fail. It's my fault. The recipe was bad, but I'll see you tomorrow for day 4.
Okay, day 4, and I want you to make sloppy joes, Timmy. Not with manwich. I want you to do it from scratch like my mom used to make. You can Google it and get an old-fashioned recipe like when I was a little kid, because when I was 10 years old, my mom asked me what I wanted for my party, and I said sloppy joes. So do sloppy joes. And I think that a good side that would go with it would be potato salad. What do you think?
I think that's an excellent side.
Yeah. Okay, now for dinner, Jose gets to talk because this is his ground chicken specialty.
It's a very simple dish.
He invented it.
Well, it's like healthy eating. You know, I'm trying to eat healthy right now. So it's a very simple thing. I put ground chicken.
Olive oil?
Yeah, but not a lot, a little bit. And then I take a sweet potato. You know that sweet potatoes are very, very healthy. A raw one, I wash it and then I cut it in little slices. Then I put a regular potato to raw. I wash it, little slices. And then I use red onion because red onion has been proven to be the healthiest of all the onions. And I cut the red onion in those slices and I put it in there. And then fresh garlic, not from a jar, but real garlic cloves. And I got a little thing from Amazon in which you peel the garlic clove, you put it in a little thing and you squeeze it like this. It strains the garlic and it comes in little pieces. And then I cook it at a medium heat until not only the chicken is done, but the slices of the sweet potato and the regular potato are like soft. And then I can add, if I want to, pinto beans afterwards, or if not, garbanzo beans. I get it from a can.
Do you want Timmy to add those or just have it plain?
No, I would just have it plain because it's just a lot of stuff in there.
As you can tell, we are kind of opposites. We tease each other and say we're like Oscar and Felix of The Odd Couple for you old timers that would know that show. Because he eats very, very clean and I love junk food, right?
I eat very, very clean.
Yeah. Anyway, so and then for dessert, how about a Marie Callender's apple pie? And it's your choice whether you have the crumble on the top or the both are good, or the dough on top. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Love you.
Hi. Girlies, it's day 4. I have a quick disclaimer. You might not be able to tell, but I am having a seborrheic dermatitis breakout. In case if you don't know what seborrheic dermatitis is, I don't really either, but the dermatologist told me I have it. And it's on my cheeks typically in this area, but currently it's like I have little patches here, here, here. So if I look like I have inflamed freckles, I don't. It's seborrheic dermatitis. I'm insecure about it. Be nice to me. I also have my mustache, so there's just a lot going on my face. But luckily, 3 of my cheeks are pretty much clear, besides the one boil. Okay, let's get to boiling our lunch. We're making sloppy joes. Joey was born in 1952 when he was sloppy. What? So I did look up a vintage recipe because my mom said make sure it's vintage. And when that comes from a vintage vocal cord, you listen. So I got all the ingredients. I've never had homemade sloppy joes, just trashy, nasty manwich, which makes me feel very alpha, but it's probably not the most delicious option, you know? So we got ground beef, lean, a green pepper. We have the potato salad, by the way, as the side. Paprika, onion, brown sugar, ketchup, mustard, salt, pepper, and apparently some water. Joey liked to take a swim after he was sloppy. Anyways, we're first gonna chop up our bell pepper and our onion. I like to chop my bell pepper up in a very simple way. I just like to go around like this. I feel it makes it kind of easy. Wait, what do I do with this last part? Careful. Okay, and then you got most of the seeds out. Okay, it didn't really work, it's fine, because there's actually seeds on every piece. Whatever. Take all that nasty, vile stuff out of there, and make sure not to leave any seeds, because you really don't want a plant sprouting in the stomach lining. I haven't heard good things about that experience. And then we're just gonna slice it, just like so, into little bite-sized pieces. I might not use the whole thing, because I'm not the biggest green pepper fan. Like, I don't need that many in there. You know, I want it to feel like mostly meat, which is what people tell me. They're like, you're almost all meat. And I'm like, that's what being a man is all about. And then the onion. Perfect. Let's get this cooking. Oh, hi there. Sorry, I was just busy putting love into my food. It takes some focus. People don't talk about that. They just think it just happens. It doesn't. Your mom, she was like this the whole day. Transferring. I'm just gonna saute these veggies with some olive oil until they're a little soft, and then I'm adding my beef. Do you guys think my parents are proud when they watch me? Shockingly, I really think they are. I love them so much. I'm proud of them. Smelling good. I'm just gonna add some salt and pepper. I like to layer my flavor, you know, add it to every element of the cooking process. It really helps with the biology of the dish. It's time to add my meat. Now I have to say, this packaging is not accurate to the vintage recipe. Meat back then was rolled in like construction paper. I'm not sure why. I would think that the juices would soak through, but they did not. Have you ever seen the episode of I Love Lucy, where Lucy accidentally orders a whole half a cow? She's like, I want 50% of the cow, and then she's shocked when it comes and it's 50%. She was so quirky, the original quirky girl, you know? I want that type of paper on my meat, you know? It makes opening a steak feel like Christmas morning. What did Santa bring you, buddy? A prime rib? I'm now gonna add more salt and pepper all over, some paprika, and then I'm also adding some garlic powder. Even though the recipe doesn't call for it, I feel like it needs it, and I follow my instincts. Mothers out there, you know that instinct you feel when your kid is in trouble? You're like, oh my gosh, little Billy Joe just sharded. Let me act quickly. That's how I feel when I cook. Oh golly gee whiz, this is looking great. I'm gonna take out some of that excess grease, feed it to the pig, and then continue the recipe. Okay, so I'm gonna add more of each seasoning because I feel like it needs more. I'm sorry. I wanna enjoy my lunch. Is that a crime now? I'm about to be, oh, I'm out of garlic powder. That's it. Okay. We need some mustard. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Gorgeous. And then apparently we need a cup of ketchup. Do I look like a tomato destroyer to you? That's a lot of ketchup, girl. I'm gonna do like 3/4 maybe. That just sounds like too much to me, okay? Okay, keep going, girl. I know you're tired. So am I. I think that's good. We also need how much water? A half a cup. Perfect. And now brown sugar. 1 to 2 tablespoons. I guess it depends on how sweet you like your sloppy man. Let's just mix this up. Ooh, wow. And once it's all combined, I'm gonna let it cook until a lot of the juices are gone. Ooh, it smells really good actually. Wow. Did I not eat this recipe up? I mean, I'm about to eat it up, but I figuratively ate it up as well. Look at this. It's perfect.
Oh, juicy. Let's put this onto some bread, shall we?
I know what you're thinking, little lady. You're thinking, Timmy, you're having 2 sandwiches? Isn't that a lot? You must be really hungry. Well, even though it's not manwich, I'm still a man. How about that? We're gonna first try our potato salad. So I did just get store-bought because making potato salad sounds a little too complex. My brain can't comprehend it. But I did get a different kind than I typically get. I typically get the one that's like, I think, home style. So it's more like mustard and not that sweet. Today I got the southern style because y'all. And also because I don't typically get it. It's a sweeter kind. It has mayonnaise, hard cooked eggs, celery, and pickled relish. Let's go in, I'm so hungry. Something tastes off. Something tastes off. The expiration date has not arrived yet, but the rotten flavors have, love. And I'm scared. Something about the egg in there tasted off. It tasted oceanic. And I've never seen a chicken in the ocean. I mean, they could probably swim with their wet feathers like this, but I've never seen that. I don't think it exists. Maybe in myth and legend, like the Loch Ness Monster, the chicken of the sea. Yeah, something tasted weird, a tiny bit fishy. It was sweet, there was some relish vibes in there, but the weird off flavor took over everything. That's not my mother's fault, that's Publix's fault. Publix, I'm not saying it's rotten, okay? Please don't come for me. I'm just saying it tastes terrible. So get it together. You're in public, you know? Everyone's watching. Let's try the sloppy Joe, I'm so nervous. I know, it's gonna get messy, but that's the brand, right? It's supposed to. Okay. I can't see. That's really good. You know, this made me remember about the origin of the sloppy Joe. There was a woman in 1902. She wanted to make something different, something messy. And she was just throwing things into ground beef saying, what's gonna work, what's gonna work, what's gonna work. Somehow when it was completed, it worked. And she was so proud of herself, she screamed, we did it, Joe, we did it. You're gonna be the sloppiest sandwich. Let's eat the other half, shall we? I didn't get that sloppy. Can you believe? I expected it to be coated. This is great. I slayed that. I really did. It tastes just like Manwich Sloppy Joe, but the fresh version. The veggies are a little bit crisp. The sauce is a bit more tangy, a bit sweeter. Overall, I feel like it has more flavor. It's missing one thing though, and that's kind of like a meatiness. I should have added Worcestershire sauce, even if the recipe didn't call for it, because I think that would have taken this to the next level. But I'm loving it. I'm gonna give it a nice strong 8 out of 10. It's so good. Girlies, it's time to make my father's health fest meal. He said, my son, eat a vegetable. Yes, sir, father, let's do it. I have a lot of things to chop up. Let's get started. We got some cloves of garlic, potatoes, an onion. Let's start with the potatoes. No, yes, I'm being decisive. I'm choosing right now. We're gonna start with the normal potato, the good potato, okay? He said to do it in slices. I'm thinking I'm gonna do half moons just to make it easier to chop. So I could put that flat there, see? Chop off the little butts. We don't need that. Well, I mean, that's just potato. We'll keep it. And then we're just gonna go, ooh. I'm gonna try to make them as thin as possible, almost like potato chips, but like Mother Earth's version, because I don't want them to take forever to cook. I'm hungry. And the thicker they are, the longer they'll take. Ate that. Okay, so now we are gonna chop up the sweet potato. This is gonna sound crazy, but I don't know if I've ever chopped a sweet potato in my life. I've eaten one once or twice, literally just a few times, but I've never prepared one, I don't think, which is sad. It shows that I've missed out on so much nourishment. But better late than never, that's what they say, right? They also say better out than in, but that's only Shrek. He's an ogre. Ogres are nasty. The rumors are true. So I'm just gonna cut off whatever this is, the, Naples, Florida, because I don't think that's edible, right? Probably not. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Oh my God. What's wrong with this? Is this normal? Oh my God. Father, how do you do this? Okay. We did it. Look how orange and pretty. It looks like a Simpson. I'm gonna make these ones even thinner because I feel like this is so hard and dense, like a piece of orange concrete. So it's probably gonna take even longer to cook, right? Okay, I'm gonna add that in. Our potato medley is ready to go. Dug up fresh from the dirt. Smells like mud. Let's add some olive oil. Okay. Oh, it's too much. It's fine. It's healthy, right? Health is health. Pepsi's Pepsi. And I'm just gonna start cooking the potatoes while I chop up the rest of the stuff. What even is this? It's like a spatula spork. A spatula. It's the same thing. Wait, maybe it's a shoehorn. Let me get my sketcher. Once it gets a little hot, I'm gonna add some salt and pepper and stuff like that, don't worry. Now it's time to chop the garlic. I'm really not good at this. I know that for a fact because I've attempted it before. I always fail, but they just have to be in chunks, right? You have to like squish it, right? Okay, take off the peel. And I don't have a garlic press like my father does. He's more advanced in the cooking realm. I don't know if I've ever cooked anything healthier than this. I really don't think I have. Is this what it feels like to be a Whole Foods customer? Just better than everyone else? It feels great. And now we just start, right? We just go in. No techniques, just knowledge that naturally is in our human brains. Smells so good. I love garlic. I could eat garlic cloves, but I think that my uvula would say, why are you doing this to me? Gordon Ramsay, who's the idiot sandwich now? Exactly. Not me. Not Hermione. Yo. Oh my God, that worked too well. So I'm just gonna transfer my garlic to this little plate right here. Gorgeous. I kind of ate that. I'm gonna start stirring my potatoes. Ooh, they're kind of stuck to the bottom. That's fine. I'm just adding some salt and pepper. Now, he didn't say if I should add any other seasonings, but I'm assuming I'm allowed to. Right, Papa? Right, but I'm gonna add those with the chicken. Now it's time to chop up the onion. I'm not gonna use this whole thing, it's huge, so I'm gonna cut it in half. And I'm gonna save the rest. Ah, no! And I did not know that red onions were the healthiness. My father taught me a new fact of life. Isn't that what fathers do? It reminds me of the time when he taught me how to throw football. We never did that. I was too busy playing with my Barbies, okay? So I'm just gonna slice these up, I guess, because he said to slice them. So we're just gonna leave them kind of big, just like the potato. And for dessert, I got the Marie Callender's apple pie. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Did I miss any? I did get the personal sized one. It can be microwaved, so let's just do that now. So that it's nice and cold by the time I eat it. I like a cold apple pie, honestly. So pretty. It has cinnamon sugar on top. Look at that. What do? How do I act? I have to cook it within the box for 6 minutes. Good to know. So these are looking soft. I'm gonna take it out the pan and then add the chicken. Now to the ground chicken, I'm adding some salt, a lot. I'm gonna add some pepper, of course. Then I added some onion powder, which is really just dried up onions. Isn't that crazy? And some paprika, which is dried up. Is paprika a vegetable? It's dried up paprika vegetable. And also some red chili flakes, of course, spice it up. The chicken's almost all the way cooked, but I'm gonna add more of all my seasonings I added before. It just looks a little too bland. And then I added in my onions. They wilted very nicely. I added my garlic towards the end so it would not singe. And then I added my potatoes back to the pot along with the fart vessels. And then I mixed it all up and I added more of all the seasonings. I know, I kept going. Look how good that looks. It looks like an autumn burst. Listen, girlies, this looks really good. If it's good, it was easy, it's healthy. We got fiber. We got fiber from the potato. We got fart from the bean as well. We got protein from the chicken and from the bean, right? And then we got whatever the red onion has. He said it's the most healthiest onion. Let me bite into it like the Grinch. You know, that's what I want to do. And then we have some heftiness from the normal potato. So I'm hyped. I do feel like it might need a little extra kick. So I brought out my favorite hot sauce, not sponsored, but it's Tabasco green pepper sauce. It's so sour, it's so good. This could be an amazing meal. Let's go in. Let's get some of everything in one bite. Oh, okay. Listen, we're gonna add a lot of this, but I'm enjoying it. Oh, is that a hair? I'm just kidding. It's something from the sweet potato. Probably some vitamin A or something in string form. Girlies, it feels so good to take a break from the grease and grime that the human beings have created, to just eat something made from the ground, ingredients from the soil. Maybe Mother Earth was the original Gordon Ramsay, a girl boss. I'm not gonna judge it based on seasoning because I should have added a lot more, but I'm gonna judge it on the balance of elements. Okay, earth, ground, wind, fire, spit. What? Everything is really balanced well. The beans and potatoes both add this kind of delicious starchy bite that just makes it really satisfying to eat, really filling. The crunchy onions add such a nice difference in texture. The slight sweetness from the sweet potato really works. With the hot sauce, I'm loving it. So listen, if you make this, my father's a genius. It's where I get it from. If you make this, you could pair it with tortillas. That'll be great. Add your favorite sauce, an abundance of seasonings, like a lot more than I did. And I think you'll really like it. It's so affordable and good. I'm gonna have seconds. I can feel this food helping my brain already. I'm getting smarter as I chew. 5 + 5 = 15. It didn't work 10 out of 10 for me. It just needs customizations, but slay. I'm so impressed, Padre. Now, we got a Marie Callender's apple pie. I haven't even seen it out of the box yet. It's gaping! Is the crust is stuck to the top. Oh, I got it here. I got it there. Perfect. It's complete now. That's very nice. Oh, wow. What a great meal. So the crust is very buttery and flaky. My nose is dripping from the red pepper flakes. Oh, do I have any boogers? No, I have a booger stream. Now there is a slight grease flavor to the crust, just a little bit. I don't know what that is, but it's there. Otherwise, this is perfect. And the filling is much more caramelized than your typical apple pie filling. It's less tart, more sweet, and it has a richness to it that I'm loving. 9 out of 10. Oh, I'm gonna go get seconds of the salty food, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the final day. Mama and Daddy, it's the big finale. Better be good.
Day 5, 2 more meals, Timmy. Okay, for lunch, we want you to have hot dog. Now, I know that I'm like you. I hate those thick, beefy ones. So find a really, really good hot dog, whether you make it yourself or we've got a wonderful restaurant here that we love that's majors in hot dogs, and maybe you've got one there. But anyway, you put on it, your recipe has to be sauerkraut, mustard, and relish. I love that. Do you like that?
It's good.
Yeah, it is a good choice. Now, for the rest of the meal, this is going to be a bit of a stumbling block to you, but I hope you can soldier through it. Okay, do you remember when Timmy fell down the well and we sat around the dining room table and we did the 10 food challenge? Do you remember that, Timmy?
No, eat, do your own.
I used to eat this back
It's your turn.
when I came out.
It's your turn.
I think you had blue hair at the time. But anyway, it was so wonderful. But he became known as the human garbage can because he loved everything.
I used to eat this back
Every single thing that was in the can, there was nothing that disgusted him. For me, my worst was the octopus, but I love the smoked oysters, and that's what you're having today, Timmy. You're having smoked oysters on crackers. Okay, so that's lunch. Now for dinner, one of my other favorites is tuna noodle casserole. My mom used to make, every time they would go out on a date, they would leave us kids with tuna noodle casserole, and it was my favorite. Now you've got to find an old-fashioned recipe that has peas in it. The peas are very important. So that's the dinner. Now for dessert, I saved the best for last. My absolute favorite dessert of all time is from when I lived in England, and it's the English trifle. The English trifle. Timmy, I don't know how you're going to make it. I think it'll be complicated, but maybe you'll be able to do it. But anyway, I think it's got alcohol in it, some sort of sherry or something, but it is so good, so good. So I hope that you can make it, and I hope that you like it. And we've loved being with all of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really have enjoyed being this entire week with Mary.
Yes.
On Timmy's channel. Have a great week.
Yes, we love you guys.
And a great weekend.
And thank you for being a part of our lives. Bye. By the way, I always read your comments and I love them so much. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, it's time to make my hot dog oyster boil. So we have all the ingredients, obviously. We got the hot dogs. I got them roasting on an open fire, kind of like a chestnut, but it's meat.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. My mother, someone who's supposed to support me, someone who always has, someone who had my back earlier this week when she told me I did not have to eat mushroom fungus marinara. She said, my son, no mold for you today. I said, Mother, thank you. But now she wants me to go on an undersea adventure the whole day. She wants me to have seafood not only for lunch, but also for dinner. She wants me to have smoked oysters, but not only that, she wants me to have hot tuna. God, why would you do this to me? I don't get it. Jacob, Edward. So I made a compromise with myself and with my mother, even though she does not realize it yet. I have decided to try the disgusting smoked clam shells. I've never had an oyster. I've never planned on having an oyster, but here I am today, standing here in front of you. Just the girl who's in love with an oyster, apparently. They're in oil, so we do love that. I hope it's vegetable oil, my favorite, but I've decided not to have the tuna for dinner. I'm still making a noodle casserole, but I'm swapping out the tuna for chicken. I'm so sorry, but hot tuna is literally probably worse than blue cheese to me, worse than mushrooms, worse than anything. Hot tuna is another level of demonic. I just won't be able to eat it, and I don't want to waste a whole casserole pan of food. So I think it's gonna be fine, but I'm still nervous about the oyster. Okay, anyways, Mother, I forgive you. I'm not gonna say you do not know what you have done, because you do. You know, but I'm excited about these hot dogs. So I grilled them on the pan. They don't have the nice like barbecue marks on them, but they do have some golden brown like pimples. Let's open up the sauerkraut. You know, fun fact, the creator of sauerkraut, Mr. Sauer, he also made IKEA. Okay, so here's the sauerkraut. I've never opened up a can of sauerkraut. I've only had it like at restaurants and stuff, but I love it. Apparently it's like really good for the gut too, right? So my microbes are gonna be like, blessings! I'm just gonna add that there. Oh, I should have put the sauces first, right? Let me do that. Some mustard. Okay, I love mustard. This is gonna be a very sour hot dog because almost everything on here is sour besides the relish that's more sweet. I'm just gonna do a little. I don't want too much of it. Oh, okay. Ooh, a lot of juice. Gherkin chill. And now let's keep adding the sauerkraut. You know, there's this part in Thoroughly Modern Millie, one of the most iconic old movies from back in the day, where this guy is like, sauerkraut, sauerkraut. And I'm not even joking. I love older movies because of my mom. She was always putting a Doris Day movie on the TV or Judy Garland, but mostly Doris Day. I've seen most of that Divas movies. Romance on the High Seas, in that dress. Oh, what else? Pillow Talk, Young at Heart. When she eats the fried chicken at the beginning, if you know, you know. It's so delicious. I want that fried chicken so bad. Oh my God. Okay, Timmy, stop. This looks like a really legit hot dog from the streets of New York City. The Big Apple. Why is it called the Big Apple? Why not the Big Peach? Oh, because that was taken by me. Let's try it. Do you think it's safe to eat both? I think it is, right? Can hot dogs cause the gout? Because I've never told anyone this story before, but once I ate 60 turkey pepperonis because they were so good and also crispy and delectable all in one day. And then I woke up in the middle of the night and my foot was swollen, my big toe looked like a clown nose, and I tried to squeeze it, it didn't even squeak. And I freaked out, I panicked, I Googled it, it was the gout. So now I'm very careful when it comes to cured meats. I know cures are great. Sadly, Beth never got one. But when it comes to meat, it's a little tricky, you gotta be careful. Oh my God, what a perfect recipe. That was so good, and my joy's about to be crushed because I'm gonna eat an oyster in a second. But I'm so grateful that this is amazing. The hot dog I chose, which was the Oscar Mayer Wiener. That's the name, I didn't pick it, Oscar did. He's crazy, he's wild. It's the perfect hot dog. It's long, it's not too beefy, just like you said. And then the combo of the sour mustard with the super sour, crunchy sauerkraut. How many times can I say sour in one sentence? Oh. I don't know, ask Guinness the Book of World Records. And the relish just added a little hint of sweetness, barely there though, it's mostly sour. And it's just a refreshing, delicious, light hot dog on a nice summer's day. So I'm giving that a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Now it's time for the challenge of my lifetime. The villain I never thought I would be facing. Fancy smoked oysters. Listen, at least I got the chicken of the sea brand, so Jessica Simpson is like, yo, I was right. Now, I do remember my mom eating this when I was growing up, and it would stink up the whole house. I would say, what is that foul smell? I got the Club crackers because they're some of my favorites. Not sponsored by Club. I forgot that they look like that. Stop it. Stop smelling. Hopefully they listen. So it smells like a fishy foot. If you took a foot and you dipped it in an aquarium. I'm gonna double up the crackers to hopefully help with the oyster flavor. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. They're very packed in there, that's why. I give up. So it has different flaps and different, what is that, an ear? I'm at a third cracker. No, that's a hazard. I'm worthy, I'm beautiful. Maybe she's born with it, maybe she smells like an oyster. Okay, okay. Hey! Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Why? That's evil. That tastes like a fish mushroom hybrid, a mutant with the texture of pudding. That's all I have to say. Does this change the way I see my mother? Hopefully it doesn't, but I can't 100% say for sure. Everyone's different. Everyone's different. Even your mother's different. But she did make me an amazing hot dog, so I think there's some good in her left. So I'm gonna make tonight's dessert now, the English trifle. It's Keira Knightley's recipe. I'm gonna make it now so that it can sit in the fridge and kind of soak up all that goodness by dinner time. Let's go. Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better. Sort of. So in the grapefruits, when they make an English trifle, they try their hardest apparently. They make a homemade custard, a homemade pound cake, homemade raspberry preserves. What are they preserving? The raspberry. But I decided to go the easy route so I could save time because I'm a boss brand businessman. I'm working, you know? So I got a store-bought pound cake. Instead of custard, I got pudding and I got a store-bought raspberry. But I chose the most British looking jar of it. You know, this is really giving Anne of Green Gables if she was born in Ireland, which she's not. She was born in Canada, I think. Girl, figure it out. We have to cut the pound cake into cubes. I'm probably just gonna make like a small portion of this because I don't need tons of British leftovers rotting in the fridge, getting some baked beans growing on them, and maybe a little tooth hanging out of it. Oh my God, I'm sorry, I could stop. I'm gonna take off the giant cupcake liner and I'm just gonna go in. Oh, so satisfying. You know what? I deserve that. I'm just gonna go this way and then go through once. God, I'm so talented. Perfect, we have cubes now. So I'm gonna keep eating this chunk. I'm gonna put a layer of pound cake at the bottom of my gorgeous bowl. I'll probably just do 2 layers because I'm one tiny little man. That looks great. Now we open up the sherry. I've never had sherry. I'm not much of a partier, but I'm just supposed to kind of sprinkle it onto the cake. I don't wanna soak it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put some sherry into here. Oh my gosh, I feel like the blonde lady on the Food Network that's like, just a tablespoon. Her. And I'm just, ooh. I'm not meant for this life. And I'm just gonna lightly drizzle. Now I'm gonna add my pudding, a layer of that. You know what, I'm gonna use 2 cups for each layer. That's perfect. That looks really good. And now we're gonna add our raspberry. Oh, I'm not gonna add too much because I think a lot of preserves would give me the ick. It would be too goopy. So just some dollops here and there. Spread that around. And I'm gonna do the same layers a second time. And that is an English trifle. I'm so excited. You can see the layers, not distinctly, but they're there, they exist, and they're valid. I'm gonna put this in the fridge, and then tonight we're gonna eat it with whipped cream. Oh. It's time to make the final meal of the week. My parents have truly given me a fantastic week. The oysters didn't happen, that was in a different multiverse. I'm choosing to forget. we're gonna make our chicken noodle casserole. Now, the recipe is, for a casserole in a big dish with breadcrumbs, but I forgot the breadcrumbs at the store today. I'm sorry, even perfect people make perfect mistakes. And I don't really feel like making a whole casserole dish of food. So instead, I thought, why not make a stovetop version? We're gonna take all the elements from the casserole and just put it in a pot. Stir it around. You thought that was never gonna end, but it did. The recipe does sound a little questionable. I'm a little nervous, but at least it has chicken. So I got a rotisserie chicken. I pulled it apart earlier, and it's now in my stained Tupperware. It's bright orange. It did call for a cream of mushroom soup, but I don't like mushrooms. I also don't love cream of chicken soup because the chicken pieces in the Campbell's soup give me the ick. Why are they so pink? Why are they hot pink? I hate it. So I got cream of potato. I've never tried cream of potato. I hope it tastes okay. Then we got some frozen peas, garlic powder, a little dash of cayenne, an onion, margarine, cause I'm not going back to butter. No, I've decided to change my ways and go full vegan. Then we have milk, salt, pepper, and cheddar cheese. So, we're gonna start by chopping up our onion. Our water's boiling. Oh, and we have the egg noodles. So I'm gonna pop like half the bag in there. I'm not that hungry. Okay, hey robot, set alarm for 7 minutes.
7 minutes, starting now.
7 minutes, starting now. She's mocking me. People always ask me, Timmy, what's your favorite kind of eggs? I say, not hard boiled, not scrambled, not fried, noodle. I've cut so many onions this week, and I haven't cried once. Have I become immune? It is now time to cook the sauce. Now, I am just gonna kind of wing this, so if I fly out of the room, that's why. I am gonna use the ingredients from the recipe, but just eyeball everything, just feel it in the moment, So I'm gonna add some margarine, and my onions straight into there. I just realized the egg noodles actually smell like eggs. It's kind of grossing me out, but I'm grateful for the sustenance. So I'm gonna get the onion sauteing, and you know what? I'm gonna add my peas now too. They're petite like me, and they're part of bird's eye. The fact I'm winging this and using bird's eye vegetables, I might as well be a poultry. I'm just gonna add, of course I'm gonna add some salt and pepper and garlic powder.
So here's my peas and onions. I added my pulled chicken. Ooh, that sounded so sad. Then I added some milk because nothing goes better with chicken than cow juices. And then I added my cream of potato soup. It looks honestly so delicious. I want to eat it right up by itself. Some salt, some pepper, some garlic powder, and a little hint of cayenne pepper. I mixed all that up. It turned into slop. And then I added some cheddar cheese, which made it cheesy slop. And then I added all my noodles. It was very chaotic, and I mixed it all up, and it's done. There it is on my plate. I put some extra cheddar cheese for garnish, and there is my gorgeous English trifle. Oh my god.
It smells good. Okay, I know there's random chunks of Campbell's potato in it. I did not see that coming. I just thought it was the cream of the potato, not the potato itself, but I welcome it as long as it tastes good. Let's hear it. Oh yeah! Sounds great, I'm scared. Let's see. It's flavorless, but I like it. Just needs a little something something, Also this as well. Move. This is the best tuna I've ever had. I might be a fish fan. So, is this the best pasta ever? No, never. Never, ever in a million years. But is it enjoyable? Yes. If I added 10 times more seasonings, I think it would be pretty good. It kind of reminds me of a chicken pot pie filling with pasta. I'm not mad at that. It's creamy. It's just super, super basic. You know why probably? Because tuna has a lot of strong odors and also flavor. And that probably really shines with this very basic sauce. Chicken's a bit more plain. So, some bacon in here maybe would be good. Maybe a pickled pig foot, maybe. There's a lot of variations you could do based on your preferences, but I'm not mad. It's a good enough dinner for me. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 10. Now it's time to go back to Big Ben, ring that alarm bell, and eat the English trifle. Let's open up the Reggie whip so we can get a little bit creamy in here. Hello, George Washington. How British is that? Okay, I'm gonna get a fresh fork. I'm so excited for this. The sherry? The plaid raspberry preserve? Let's see. I'm in Dublin. I can't stop. What if I eat the whole bowl? What then? I ate like half of it. Go away. One more. Listen, one more. I made the most basic, low-effort version of the English trifle. So I can't imagine what the fancy, high-end, luxury, opulent English trifle tastes like. I can't imagine it. The pound cake with the pudding is such a light, almost strawberry shortcake vibe combination. And then you add in the raspberry preserve, which this raspberry preserve was very preserved. It was very good. It added that perfect tartness and that fruitiness that I also add to any social situation. And then the sherry made it taste a little bit gourmet. You know, it kind of took it from strawberry shortcake to strawberry elongated tall runway cake. It was just incredible. 10 out of 10. Mother, you really ate this one up. Or should I say, you chewed it up, love. And yes, my mom did live in London or England or something for a period of time. So I'm half Cuban, half visited London. I think this was my favorite dessert by far out of the whole week. And my favorite meal was either the spaghetti or the porcupine meatballs, for sure. Great texture. I just wanna say thank you so much to my wonderful parents for making this video with me. Like truly, they were so excited about it and I was so excited about it and it was just so much fun. I hope you guys loved it. I'm so grateful for my parents every day. They are truly the best parents in the world. And my mom reads all the comments, so leave them some really nice messages, okay, girlies? I love you so much. Thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.